After waiting a year and a half, we finally got Starlink.
So we finally got our Starlink in the mail. I was working out where we wanted to mount it and everything else. We had ordered Starlink back in March of 2021. Finally got it. But right now I'm working on a way to mount it. The best signal was 6 feet above the ridge line on my roof. The J-arm I had, which is right there on the table, was way too short, obviously. So I went to Home Hardware, ended up getting a 7.5 foot long galvanized steel fence post. That's going to act as my mast. $14.39. So the reason for that pole is so that I can get just above the chimney up there. The chimney's just about 6 feet tall. And when I did the test on the Starlink app, it showed as an obstruction. So just to get all the best chances on our side. And the trees around are all pretty tall, especially these ones here. So, and then I picked up if anyone building docks they're going to be familiar with this piece. That fits the 1 7/8 pipe perfectly in it.
Goes on the end like that.
With a pinch bolt. So I'm going to put that in there, and then I am going to use the arms that came off the J-post here. I'm going to slide that on the pipe and secure it to the fascia when we get up on top of the house. So it's going on at the end of that beam. I'm making a little box to go on top to widen the beam because it's only 3 3/8 wide. And the mounting plate is 5-inch wide, so I need a bit more mounting surface. So I've cut this to the angle of the roof, and I'm going to mount it with the two 2x10s on each side, or this piece on top of it to finalize it. And then this is going to be mounted on top with the post acting as the mast and the 2 arms bolted to the fascia for extra support. So there's going to be a bit going, actually this is, yeah, this already. The beam goes in between, and that's just going to give us a bit more mounting surface on the inside. The beam's going to be inset a bit on the inside with this on top of it.
He's drilling a hole in the bottom of the plate so we can keep the wire on the inside of the pole. Need the
It'll be inset like that.
We also have spotty cell phone reception at our house, depending on the weather some days, so we bought a cell phone booster, so we're attaching the antenna to the pole at the same time. We're mounting and assembling everything on the ground to make it easier once we're up at height. And this is a temporary install as we wait for the adapter through Starlink.
Got some weight to it.
Less than I thought, it's just awkward. Something that surprised us that we did not like about Starlink is that when we opened the box, we found out that the 2nd gen Starlink does not come with an Ethernet port on the back of the router. So it's Wi-Fi only unless you buy the Ethernet adapter, which we had to order separately afterwards for an additional cost. Starlink only ships the dish with a ground mount, so if there's any obstructions on your property, you'll have to pay extra for a different mount or make it work yourself. Now that we know what we have to work with, we've ordered a pipe adapter from Starlink. We haven't received a shipping time frame yet, so While we're waiting, we're going to install it with tape and shims to see if it works for us. Keep in mind that there are many videos that have come out on YouTube in the past year and a half since we originally placed our order, so now at least you can find out a lot more information on what to expect with Starlink. After 3 years of bad internet, have a hard time believing we'll actually have high-speed internet, but if it works, we'll see. We'll see if this was worth it. And it's self-adjusting.
I don't know. Enter Wi-Fi network name. What do you want to call it?
So this is showing you our speed test before we installed our Starlink dish. To watch a video, we have to stream it in 480 and it will still buffer throughout the video. And even at 480, some evenings videos become completely unwatchable due to the network congestion. Right now it's a mainly sunny day and early afternoon, which is pretty much best case scenario for us.
Adapter came with a box of wire clips. So I'm going to use these to finalize the installation and tuck in the wires at the top of my window there. There's 40 of these in the box. That was a nice surprise to have. Also came with a carrying bag, so when you do your install, the dish can actually fit in here. And there's a tightening rope that you pull around so that you can carry it up the ladder. Ours is already on the roof, so we won't be needing this, but it's a nice touch from Starlink. We also got the Ethernet adapter. So that end's going to go in the router, and this is going to give us a wired option for the network that we have here. And then I'll be able to use my own router and have a lot more accessibility. The kit also came with 2 sets of set screws. There's the shorter ones and the long ones. We're going to be using the long ones because the post acting as the mast on the roof is only 1 7/8 inches. And this is good for 2.5 inches. So there's going to be quite a bit of space in between. And it comes with the Allen key to set them. And this has a key on the inside that matches the arm of the dish, and it's got a little hole on the side that it clips in so that it can't come out. And that's why I ordered the adapter, because it fits the arm of the dish perfectly and you don't have to mess around with anything else. It was well worth the money. I'm going to go install it right now. Unplug the dish, put it on, finalize the wiring, and call it a day.